Hey, welcome to the series. Is my operator trash or top tier? We'll find out today. In this video, we're looking at Zero, and I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to be right up front with you and tell you the answer. But if you want an in-depth guide on Zero, you can stick around for the remainder of the video and maybe learn something. If you go read the forums, people are going to tell you that Zero is an extremely situational, dependent operator. But I think there's more to it, and that might not even be the case at all. Zero is a top tier operator if you could get these two things right. First of all, you need to know how to play him. They say that he's a 1 difficulty operator because his gadget's pretty simple to understand, but the reality is he's extremely difficult to use at just about any level. The second thing you need is a team that actually looks at the cameras and will participate with you. Optional, but does help a lot, is if your team is communicating and you're playing with 5 other people. So here's the verdict. Zero is trash if you have a team that's not going to use his utility. But he's top tier if you can get a team that really likes to use him and knows how to play with him. Your goal as a Zero player should be to get your team so codependent on you that they're wondering if they're in a toxic relationship. Let's get deep on Zero. Let's hop right into the operator's guide. But first, I'm going to give the people what they want kind of guy. So I'm going to give you guys a little exploit. Something that might not work every time, but is definitely fun to use with a teammate. Check this out. If you didn't know already, you can pair Zero and Fuse together for more accurate fuse charges. This also brings all of the defenders out of the bomb usually, and you can zap the ADSs while he's fusing. That way, your other teammates can catch them as they're sprinting out of the bomb in their ADS, and you get for a very chaotic moment. This also allows you to plant the diffuser after the bomb has been cleared out, and then you can just put a fuse up on top and have all the information in the reel. Let's get into the loadout. Zero has 2 awesome primary weapons, the SC3000 and the MP7. What you prefer is probably going to come down to what the recoil is like. The MP7 is a low damage, low recoil weapon, while the SC3000 is considered to be the best assault rifle in the game, but with some pretty brutal recoil. I, however, run the extended barrel on the SC3000 and don't seem to have much of a problem with that, and I play on controller. But the MP7, being basically a defender weapon, means that you can play it on a defense character and then switch right over to Zero without any transition. So there's really no wrong answer when it comes to the primary weapons. I will say though that my preference is the SC3000. The recoil isn't that bad, and with the extended barrel you have one of the highest DPSs in the game, but the fire rate isn't so fast that it's hard to shoot through walls. You might find yourself shooting through walls with Zero more than you will other operators for 2 reasons. You have those Argus cams that you can flip through the wall, but also as Zero you typically tend to be one of the last ones alive, and so those extra soft walls that you could get through become super important. For secondary weapons, you got the 5.7 and the Gon 6. The Gon 6 and the Hard Breach is supposed to allow Zero to be this do-anything versatile operator, but the reality is if you're using the Gon 6, you're probably just breaking a castle barricade, or you're trying to get one of those windows broken out so you can get a cam inside. Usually I run the 5.7, it comes with a mandatory silencer, and that just kind of helps me break utilities as I come through the bomb. I do find myself running out of ammo pretty frequently because he's an in-game operator, and that means that you're going to be alive probably last, hopefully. And you run through all of that ammo doing pre-fires, breaking through walls, and things like that, so you may want to conserve some of your primary weapons ammo by taking a Gon 6. For secondary gadgets, you have a Claymore and a Hard Breach charge. Of course, they want to make Zero this versatile do-anything operator, but unless you're solo queuing, I really wouldn't bring the Hard Breach unless you know that you're going to need it. The Claymore allows you to set up a perfect flank watch between your cameras and the Claymores, and with the utter lack of ability to do flank watch in the community, this is super vital to your team. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper here. Let's ask ourselves, is Zero even for me? Should I even be playing this operator? Let me tell you something. 1 minute is the minimum amount of time it takes to set up a Zero. But ranked is 3 minutes long. It's 1/3 of the entire match. If you're not into supporting or setting up an attack, then you should probably play someone that fits your style a little bit better. Let's be honest, most Zero players are getting out of the game. Maybe they got someone from the other team out, but they haven't set up any of their cameras. They haven't set up a flank watch. There's no Claymores down on the ground. My hypothesis on why so many people play Zero incorrectly is because they're following paths that they would with other operators, not taking into account that they need to set up their cameras on the way or set up Claymores. Try planning out your path ahead of time. Think about where the bomb is, how you're going to get there, what rooms you could easily get a camera into. And listen, between you and me, I know you've done it. You're playing an intel character. You already have the bomb found. You bring in your drone and it gets killed too for no reason. If I'm playing an intel operator, I'm embarrassed if I get my drone killed at the beginning of the round. Solace is one thing, but in every other circumstance, I mean, come on. Let's just think about this for a second. You have a camera on your gun. Do not lose that drone. You're gonna need it to set up the flank watch. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say something controversial. Not every operator should be carrying the diffuser. If you're Cali and you're just sniping outside of the bomb and having your entire team rush in without you, probably not giving him much support anyway, do you think it's a good idea for you to have the diffuser? Or maybe you're an Amaru who wants to jump right in and maybe get 1 or 2 people, but then give up the diffuser to the other team. As Zero, though, might not actually be a bad idea. Think about it. You've got cameras, you've got claymores, you're a 3-speed operator with a ton of mobility, you have a great gun, and you're probably going to be one of the last people in the round anyways. Good luck to the defenders if they have to retake an area that Zero set up. All joking aside, Zero is an extremely versatile operator. I mean, he's collecting Social Security at 65 years old, and he's still one of the fastest operators in the game. That does help with pacing because your team isn't going to be very considerate of what you're doing, or getting the cameras up, or maybe not even using them, and you're going to have to match speed with them, and that can be really hard. It's something you're not going to learn in an operator guide. You're just going to have to get out there and get practice with them, and hopefully if you're playing with the same 5 people, it's a little bit easier. Whoa, hold up, Sawyer. You keep saying intel operator. What does that even mean? Well, as an intel operator, you're kind of taking a back seat. You're letting your teammates get the advantage when it comes to knowing where people are, what they're doing. In this clip, you can see me drop my drone inside, and I tell my teammates that a C4 is coming. That probably saved at least 2 of them. But more importantly, look at what this enemy team is doing. They have all 5 people looking at that garage door. They are dead set that we are coming in there. So it doesn't take much to realize that maybe it's time to change up the plan and go somewhere else. Communicating to my team that this other team, who is pretty good with their gunfights, has a crossfire on every single portion of that door led to us just picking up everything and going around to a different place. There's more to being an intel operator than just call-outs and shooting out pings. Your team has to actually do something with the information that they're given. You may find yourself in needing of better leadership skills. Try figuring out what your team responds to. Some of the people I play with don't like getting strong orders. They like suggestions that they're going to take 100% of the time. You just got to figure out what works with them. The highest level of Zero play involves timing, creativity, a little bit of memory, and the ability to multitask and switch between 2 things very quickly. If you haven't played Zero and you haven't had a good Zero on your team, you may not have experienced this, but a good high-level Zero will end up using the defender setup against them. That'll give every advantage to your team during the fight to make sure that they win the game. You're going to know where the walls are that are barricaded, that are soft, where the mirrors are, what to shoot through. The other team is getting pinged and they have no idea. They don't even know what's going on behind closed doors. They don't even know that they've already lost the round. So check it out. There's so much depth to this game, we could go over each individual operator for hours. So if you want a more in-depth guide on how to play Zero, or you want me to do your favorite operator next, please like and subscribe and comment what operator you want me to do next time. Hey, if you thought that I missed anything, make sure to comment below so the next time I make an even longer, more deeper video on Zero, I include it. Check out my channel for more videos like this. Thanks.